Dear students, today I am going to discuss about Lamb-Rush chromosomes. Lamb-Rush chromosomes are giant chromosomes found in the oocytes during meiotic prophase, whereas the giant chromosomes what you have studied, polytene chromosomes, found during the somatic interphase. What are Lamb-Rush chromosomes? Before going to this topic, please see this cartoon. A couple busy in shopping before the announcement of lockdown in the city. Look at this mad rush of collecting essentials. You may wonder how this cartoon relates to Lamb-Rush chromosomes. Well, you will get the answer at the end of this presentation. Lamb-Rush chromosomes are giant chromosomes. So, you may see here the phase contrast and fluorescent micrograph of Lamb-Rush chromosomes of amphibian immature oocytes. This is about 1 millimeter long chromosome, and you may compare it with the mitotic metaphase chromosome. It is almost 20 to 30 times larger than the mitotic chromosomes. So, where do you find occurrence? So, the chromosomes are these Lamb-Rush chromosomes are the largest chromosomes found in the yolk-rich oocytes of vertebrates such as fishes, amphibians, reptiles and birds. They are also found in the oocytes of some invertebrates. These are giant chromosomes and can be viewed from the naked eye. So, you may see here this micrograph. These are homologous chromosome paired, that is you will find during meiotic prophase, and these chromosomes, the chromatids will have the lateral loops. So, that is how these Lamb-Rush chromosomes are identified. What is the history of Lamb-Rush chromosome? So, they were first discovered by Fleming in 1882 in the salamander oocytes. In 1892, Ruckert studied these chromosomes in shark oocytes and named Lamb-Rush due to its similarity to the test tube cleaning brushes. So, this is showed in this picture. So, these giant chromosomes were studied before the normal study, before the structure of the normal chromosomes. When do you find Lamb-Rush chromosomes? Because Lamb-Rush chromosomes occur only during, or the normal chromosome transform into Lamb-Rush chromosomes only during the meiotic prophase, that too during diploid stage. So, here during prophase of the meiotic division, there will be homologous pairing. So, that you can observe here in this picture. This is the maternal chromosome and this is a paternal chromosomes. They have paired, and they during diploid stage, as usual, you can see this morphology. They are held at the many points. These are called chromatids. So, the same thing you can see here in the meiotic diploid chromosomes of grasshopper. So, the difference what you see here is, so these chromosomes, they have lateral loops. So, that is the difference between the normal meiotic chromosomes with that of Lamb-Rush chromosomes. So, what is the structure of this Lamb-Rush chromosome? So, the Lamb-Rush chromosome, you see along the length of the chromatids striking lateral loops, you may see this, and these lateral loops, the number of these lateral loops, there are about 10,000 loops per chromatids. Presence of loops enhances the size of the chromatin into a giant chromosome. So, these lateral loops are symmetrical laterally. So, you will find the size, it is around 10 millimicron size and in an average. Sometimes it may be larger, and both the side you can see they are of same size. So, these you can see these loops are found on either side of the chromomere. So, the loops are absent in the centromeric region of the chromosomes. So, this you can see this is the chromomere. So, the chromomere, from this region you can see the looping of the chromatid. So, this is one chromatid of the homologue, and this is the another chromatid of the homologue. You know that one chromosome will having two chromatids during the division stage. So, what is the structure of this the loops? So, this is the main axis that is showed in this fluorescent micrograph. So, these are the homologous pairs. So, these homologous pairs, you can see each chromosome having several lateral loops. So, this is the main axis, you will find this is the main axis, and from this main axis each homologous chromosome is formed by sister chromatids. You know that there will be, as I said, there will be two chromatids per chromosome. You can see this is due to the replication that occurs before the meiosis. So, these two chromatids, what you can see, per chromosome, and they form the lateral looping, you can see. So, these you will find these sister chromatids that are differentiated into the regions 5 to 10% transcriptionally active loops. These loops are transcriptionally active loops, and rest of the regions tightly coiled, these are inactive heterochromatin. So, the where there is no loops, they are heterochromatic region. Where there are loops, they are euchromatic, actively transcribing chromatin threads. What is the fine structure of these Lamb-Rush chromosome loops? So, these chromatin loop consists single DNA molecule unfolded for the synthesis of RNA. So, these loops are representing transcriptionally active. They represent the you can see the single chromatin or the single DNA, and they are transcriptionally very active. So, electron micrograph of the loop has shown that RNA polymerase enzymes are attached to the DNA axis of the loop, from which RNA fibrils are extended. So, this is what you can see. Hence, there will be around each loop you will able to find a matrix. This matrix of mRNA and ribosomal subunits and RNA binding proteins are found all along the loop axis. This is the loop axis. So, the loop axis surrounded by a matrix. This matrix is rich in mRNA, ribosomal subunits and RNA binding proteins are forming this matrix. So, these loops are transcriptionally very active. What is the fine structure of these Lamb-Rush chromosome loops? So, each loop is involved in intense RNA synthesis. As meiosis progresses, these loops gradually decrease in their number. So, in this autoradiograph of Lamb-Rush loops incubated with the radioactive cytidine and uridine confirms the active synthesis of RNA in looped out DNA of Lamb-Rush chromosome. These are looped out DNA, and when it is incubated, these cells are incubated with the radioactive cytidine and uridine. They are, these radioactive uridine is the precursor. They are used during the transcription or the synthesis of RNA having a base called uracil. So, this uridine is when used, this can be tracked and through the technique autoradiograph, and you may see around the loop you will find so these dots, all these are corresponds to the RNA synthesized in the loop region. What are the significance of these Lamb-Rush chromosomes? So once again I want to remind you that this cartoon, similar to the mad rush of buying the things before the lockdown, here also you will find large scale production of RNA is during oogenesis, as there is no scope of RNA synthesis during early developmental stages, because these germ cells or oocytes, they are the next process is there is a fertilization, and then you can see the developmental stages, cleavage and the further the morphogenesis and all this. During this cleavage stage, there is no room for the the uncoiling of the chromosome and synthesis of RNA. So that's why these mRNA and proteins are synthesized during the diplotin stage, and these mRNA and proteins are stored in the form of informosomes in the oocytes, which are used later for cell structure formation during cleavage and embryogenesis. This is how exactly we buy the things before the lockdown, so that we cannot do shopping later. So similar things you will find in the Lamb-Rush chromosome formation during diplotin stage of the meiosis. So the another significance is the formation of yolk material. Lamb-Rush chromosomes help in the formation of the protein amount of the yolk material. Developmental processes after fertilizations occurs rapidly. Nourishment for the developing blastomeres derived from the yolk, and the yolk mainly contains the proteins, and the RNA responsible for these proteins are synthesized during Lamb-Rush chromosome formation. Loops of the Lamb-Rush chromosomes are the visual evidence of gene expression and gene amplification. Gene amplification is required during growth phase of oocytes. Hence, Lamb-Rush chromosome preparation is helpful for chromosome mapping and to study the factors associated with the transcription. So it is very helpful to study the gene expression study, when one can able to locate the gene and one can able to study the transcription activity, and one can visualize during this gene expression in the Lamb-Rush chromosome formation. So Lamb-Rush chromosome assumes normal morphology after prolonged diplotin stage of oocytes. So diplotin stage is about a month long or else several months long in some amphibia, and during that time you will find Lamb-Rush chromosome formation, and after this the diplotin stage, when the cell enters into the diakinesis, so then the chromosome assumes the normal morphology. So this is about Lamb-Rush chromosome, the another important giant chromosome what you see in amphibian oocytes during meiotic prophase, that is during diplotin stage. Thank you.